Today I want to share with you one of the most inspiring and encouraging story that we can find in Buddhist canon. Today I am going to introduce you the story of Uppalavannā Therī. Uppalavannā Therī was born in a very rich family of merchants in Savatthi. She was rich and extremely beautiful. Her name refers to the blue water lily, and that was because of her bluish golden skin complexion. When Uppalavannā reached the age of marriage, her father had to make a very difficult choice, which means to whom she should marry off. She had a lot of suitors around India, and choosing only one among thousands of men who were monarchs, kings, rich men, it would have created such a stir that it may lead even to civil conflicts. So he decided to introduce her to the monastic life, and she readily and happily accepted his recommendation. She was not only beautiful but extremely smart, and she already knew and was aware about the Buddhist teachings. So she was so happy to be introduced to the monastic life. But even so, she had to face some very unpleasant events in her life. At one time, one young Brahmin was so lustful toward her, and he decided to abuse her. So when Uppalavannā was outside for alms round, he went to her hut secretly and waited her to come back. And then he took hold of her and abused her. At the end, of course, we have to face all the responsibilities and the karma of our actions. And this young Brahmin made one of the most irreversible sins that a man or a woman can do, which means creating damage to an Arhant. So he almost immediately died, and he was sent straight to hell. In the Chivara Patigahana, which is the training rule for receiving robe clothes, we can see as well how the unwholesome desires of men seem to be her torment in her life. That's why the head bandit of the story decided to take his colleagues in crime to a different path, because he knew that such kind of trivial and vulgar men would be so caught in their lust that they may even abuse her or harass her. And that is also why he decided to donate the meat indirectly. And in the same rule story, we see how Uppalavannā, who was going to donate the meat to the Buddha, as well has to suffer due to the unreasonable request from Bhikkhu Udayin, who asked her to give him her sarong, even though she explained to him that nuns were very hard to receive material support. But anyway, due to her kindness and good heart mind, she would give him anyway. The Buddha, having compassion and understanding upon nuns' situation, then placed the rules that no monks are allowed to receive a robe from a nun who is not related to oneself. As many other nuns, Uppalavannā Therī as well had to face Mara's attempt to break her concentration and arouse doubts in her abilities. Once, Uppalavannā Therī was meditating in the deep forest, surrounded by the wilderness. And then Mara arrives, and she will tell her that she will be very scared in her place to be a young, beautiful nun meditating alone in the forest. And Uppalavannā Therī explained to Mara that she's very well aware about the control of her own mind. And then Mara, disappointed by her inability to break her concentration, disappeared. And here I think it's where the greatness of Buddhist teachings and Buddhist essence arises. Because in Buddhism, unlike folk stories or fairy tales, beautiful women are not only weak praise or a prize waiting to be saved, to be rescued by their charming prince. No, they are not it at all. They are independent, they are wise, they are smart, and they are talented by their own. In Buddhism, these wise and beautiful women are not meant as accessorizes. They are perfect, they are strong, and they are wise by their own. Despite some of unfortunate circumstances that accompany the accounts of Uppalavannā in the canon, she had one of the most successful religious life. First of all, she reached Arhantship just less than 1 week after she became a nun. After her enlightenment, she would become a master of Idhipada or psychic powers, and the Buddha would recognize her as the nun who was the best master of psychic power among the other nuns. The Buddha also praised Uppalavannā for her excellent teaching and leadership skills, and she was recognized together with Khema Therī as the chief disciple nuns at those times. And he said that all the other nuns should follow them as a model. Uppalavannā's story is definitely one of the most inspiring and fascinating in the Buddhist canon. Even though it's made up of difficulties, it's made up of pain, it's made up of troubles due to others' ignorance. But all this terrible hardship didn't stop her from being one of the best nuns of the Buddha's times. Even her problematic issues didn't stop her from her aspiration to follow the Buddha. This is certainly a story of resilience, all female, that every Buddhist woman should remember and remind about every day. Because Uppalavannā, together with the other women of the Buddha's time, were the ones that made history in the Buddhist history through their great deeds and their unreplaceable faith. May you all be happy and wealthy. Have a fantastic day.